What's up and welcome back. I'm John Stark from ActTheMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic. And today, I'm doing another anniversary release. This is the 20th anniversary of The Prince and Me. And this movie was available on Netflix. I don't know if it still is. Maybe it is. The world of streaming, it wasn't a horror movie, so I didn't release it in the month of October. If it left in October, I apologize. It might still be there, but I was able to watch it on Netflix with audio description, and I think I actually own this movie on DVD. I will admit that I am not ashamed. This movie is easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. It's just a nice time at the movies. It's just an easy watch. It's, if you like Julia Stiles, you like Julia Stiles. This is sort of what helped reinforce the beginning part of her career when she was kind of just starting out and really sort of breaking into that A-list. Doing sort of romantic comedies and dramas really was her sort of sweet spot. I think people found her different, sort of a little bit of a fresh vibe. Very sort of like a realist, intelligent, but doesn't take crap, which is like a common thread that runs through her roles in 10 Things I Hate About You, Save the Last Dance, and The Prince and Me, which are arguably probably like her three biggest hits of her time period. There's also O that she was in, but not as big of a hit as the others. So this is something that they made a straight-to-video sequel to. I've never seen it. I'm just acknowledging the fact that if you really love the concept of The Prince and Me, there is a sequel available and you can watch it. So Julia Stiles plays Paige, who is a young woman fresh off of college. She's an overachiever. She's got friends, and she sees her future. She wants to be a doctor. She wants to change the world. And you're sort of shown that in a little bit of a montage phase. Meanwhile, we're also shown this prince, this disarmingly, charming prince with that accent and that, sort of regality about himself, played by Luke Bracey. And how those two just have sort of completely different lives. But of course, we know with a movie called The Prince and Me that they are going to end up colliding at some point. And he ends up trying to go to college like no one knows who he is in America. He's a prince in Denmark, the Prince of Denmark, I think of Denmark. I think they didn't, instead of creating a country, they just went with a real country. So I believe he's the Prince of Denmark and looking to take over the royal throne of Denmark. I wonder how this movie played in Denmark. They were like, I don't know who this guy is. We have our own people. Who is this? But so he and his manservant travel over to America, go to the same school as Paige, and they wind up as lab partners after sort of like a previous encounter that did not go so well. So it's very much opposites attract. Originally, they are abrasive towards each other, and they're not really on the same page. And they slowly bring themselves onto the same end romantically. So I think there was some kissing in the rain in here, if I remember correctly. Even from having seen this cited a couple of times, I think there's like a kissing in the rain scene, which is like pretty imperative when you're doing a romantic comedy. Somebody needs to make out in the rain for an indeterminate amount of time, because it's what we all do in real life. I frequently look for people to make out in the rain with. Unfortunately, nobody wants to make out with me. That's the sad life. Anyway, like and subscribe for sad boys. sad single boys who watch Prince and Me. Um, yeah, is this yeah, I don't really have a problem. I've been looking for movies that are technically celebrating some kind of an anniversary that also have audio description, and this movie had it, and I enjoy it. It's not a great film, nor is it a Desert Island film for me, but it is a nice film that I would watch. I've seen it a couple of times. This is probably my fourth or fifth time having seen The Prince and Me. Um, and it's not terribly long. It moves pretty easily. It's really easy to take. It's the kind of film where if you just don't want to take much and you just kind of want to sit down and kick back, this is the kind of thing that would play well. It feels like a good cable air, you know? Pop this on TNT, freeform, pop, whatever, you know? And just let it play in the background, and people will casually find it and they'll just sit there. Because I think sometimes we're just looking to, in those cable browses, we're looking for movies that somewhat we can turn our brain off to. Either fan favorite action movies or movies that we've seen 1,000 times, whatever. But also films like Prince and Me, where it's just like, it's very sort of inconsequential. You just kick your feet up at the end of the day and nobody's going to die and the stakes are really low, you know, just a very easy film to take. So I enjoyed The Prince and Me. I thought the audio description, as far as what I remembered to what was being described, was pretty good. It has been years since I've seen The Prince and Me. So this is not, I don't want to say I'm obsessed to the point where there's a lot of things that are ingrained. It's weird that there are a couple of shots of things that I remember, little scenes that came back to me, especially as they were being described. For example, when she goes to Denmark and she's trying to push through the crowd to see him in his royal parade. I kind of remember that scene. For some reason, I remember what his roommate looked like. You know, Mr. Didn't replace my Triscuits. I love that guy. That guy is just such an underrated side character. It just did not get enough time to just have a lot of Barbie comments, you know, at the side, barbed comments at the side. So, if you would like to watch The Prince and Me, please do. Now you know it has audio description. Congratulations. Thank you for continuing to put audio description on films that are a little bit older, a little bit wiser. I have no idea about A Prince and Me 2. I've never seen it before. I really don't need to. That's the thing about straight-to-video sequels that have different casts, is it's like, I don't necessarily... Although, to be fair, I don't think this film screams sequel to begin with, because what would they do next? You know, sort of like The Princess Diaries 2, I think a lot of us were like, why is there another one? We like her. I like Mia Thermopolis, but I don't know that we need a 2. I don't know that we would have needed further adventures with this couple, you know, because it would have just been them further exploring a life, but like at a higher level, you know. I don't know. It just feels unnecessary. So the only way to do it is like, oh, guess what? There's another one. You know what they don't do enough of is the flip side of it. It's always the girl gets the prince, but where's the random dude who's just chilling somewhere, who just stumbles into a princess? Those movies need to be made more of. The other way around too. I think balance it out. You know, have some cool, nice guy who's he's not royalty, but he stumbles into a princess and he doesn't know she's a princess, but they're lab partners. Always have to be lab partners. Anyway, I'm gonna give The Prince and Me a B. It's perfectly fine, perfectly watchable. I don't think it isn't proclaimed to be anything more than just a good time, just a nice, easy watch. And as I said, it is easy, breezy, beautiful, cover girl. That is, that would be my RT quote. It wouldn't make any sense, but anyway, let me know what you think about the movie, and I will see you guys on the other side.